gonna turn on the playlist. Start her off.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Alf, here with another Archie comic reading. I forgot to say I'm an admin and writer over at Sonic Legacy.
And hey you guys, it's Cashlyn Snow again. I'm a voice actor at Sonic Legacy.
Heyo, it's Celeste, project leader and writer for Legacy.
I'm Mr. Zero, I do those ink things.
Well, Cashlyn said she was gonna cover this time.
I know, that's another reason why I kept giggling, because that cover is just... So, Archie, Adventure Series #1, Collector's Edition. Sonic the Hedgehog, in your face! It's like his favorite thing to do. I've always said Sonic has a big mouth, but that's ridiculous! As they ride in the Sonic Express cart.
Just remember, Sonic does not know how to shut up.
Oh no.
There's something disturbing about Sonic with a wide open mouth but no teeth.
Yeah.
Imagine the breath.
Imagine all of those super granny Sonic Adventure Yuikawa art, but with no teeth. Anyway. Hey, it's the same Twizzlers ad again.
It's first page is an ad.
Oh, The Quest. Okay, so this is like one of those like annuals almost. Okay,
Hey.
so we've got The Quest, the pinups,
I mean,
the Mirror Zone.
Is that technically not all this really is? It's just like the first annual.
From what it looks like on this page, it might as well be.
Mercadu Casio, what a last name.
Was this the one that was done by Spaz, the background with Sonic here? Because that's giving me some
think
early
so.
Spaz vibes.
They said that this was supposed to be like his first issue or the first thing he's worked on or something like that.
Well, it says pages 16 and 30.
Yeah.
Let's see, the Mirror Zone. Spaz did that one. Fan art. It doesn't say. But I bet you Spaz did that one. Alright, so AWF gets to start off.
Yeah, boy. We got the Princess Sally logo. We're gonna see that so much, aren't we? And Sonic the Hedgehog in The Quest, Princess Sally's Crusade Conclusion. Heads up, intruder, I'm springing ahead, and you're gonna be falling backwards. And we got Sally in some kind of like
Jason
cheap
attire.
knockoff.
Yeah, I
Friday
don't
the
like that
13th,
guy's
yeah.
peeking through.
Happy Halloween.
It puts the lotion on its skin.
I don't like her logo. Cause like,
I didn't want to comment on it either, but it's way too girly.
Yeah, 'cause she's supposed to be a tomboy, right?
Yeah.
well, it's not just that, but you know how sometimes in logos they change colors to emphasize letters and junk like they're doing here?
Mm.
Well, now it looks like it just says, like, Pally Rincess or something, and I'm like, yuck. With some big random purple S there, like Shrincess? I don't know what's going on.
Princess Pally.
You know, I knew
Do
there
not
was something
steal.
off it, but now that you bring that up, you are 100% correct.
I'm not Sally, I'm my own original character, Pally! Okay, let's continue. That's you?
My mouth is full. Will you read this one, Celeste?
Alright. Oh, look out! What? I almost took your head off. Are you fighting or sleeping? Oh, wait, is that the right panel order? Because they're kind of overlapped weird. Okay, that was the second panel because she took off the mask. Huh? Oh, sorry, Sonic. It's just that my thoughts have been elsewhere. First, it was the mysterious orb that fell from the sky. See first star in Sonic 17. And then, Jalila. See in the still in Sonic 18. Oh boy, dead people. Speaking of Jalila, milady, there be matters which require your personal attention. Oh, but of course, Rosie.
Back when we didn't care about the dead.
That Jalila character seems like an important character in Sally's life. I'm sure she had a lot of backstory. Oh, wait.
I'm sure she was introduced early on.
Look at Sally's boots in the top right panel. They're the wrong color.
Oops.
Oh yeah, they were white before, but now they're... Yep.
They don't know.
Oh, this comic's rubbish.
Anyway.
They were blue, yeah. Okay. Now that my mouth is not full, I'll read this next one. Your mentor has been most explicit about the division of her estate. Swish! All that she owned, lock, stock, and barrel, she left to you. Thank you, Rosie. I'll be here if anyone needs me. Amazing that a person could gather so many material goods in a lifetime. Oh my, Julia's hope chest. Oh, hope chest. She meant for me to have it on my wedding day. Oh my gosh. What a handsome vest! I always wanted pockets. I wonder what other treasures are inside.
Where are the pockets?
I know, right? Oh, Father, those were good times before you were taken from us. A map with instructions to be followed if this is all too much for one day. I'll finish tomorrow.
So let me get this straight. The way they gave Sally the Season 2 vest was by killing off a one-shot character.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
It's like this one character had so much impact on Sally's, like, you know, character development, and she literally existed in 2 pages to die.
And they whacked her too.
Also, she hasn't seen many hoarders, has she? I thought scrolls and stuff were like massive pack rats.
Well, no, see, what was going through my head is she's a princess, right? She's a princess, you know, and she's surprised that somebody could collect so many material goods. I'm sorry. Didn't you grow up in an effing castle?
I mean,
Technically, no.
Yeah. I mean, there was a whole, like, what, war going on because Robotnik had already won or something?
Okay, moving on.
Well, wait a sec. I have to comment about the hope chest. Because you guys know how that was, like, a thing some decades ago with women. But, like, the whole hope chest existence was for a woman, like, to prepare her dowry. Because, like, her whole existence was just to have a bunch of junk when she got married. So I'm like, oh, this is so quaint and backwards.
Oh, man.
I knew what it was, but I didn't want to mention it.
I'm not
All
gonna
right.
say
I am
my
old
thoughts.
too, yes.
Zero's up.
Oh, yeah, sorry. That night. Dun, dun, dun. Hello, Sally. That was an easy one.
Boy,
That's
Mr. Zero
cheating.
got a
You
big
know,
one.
Give him the next page.
Who knows?
Give him
I
the
would
next...
just like to comment that there's something very weird about seeing Sally with literally nothing on at all.
Okay.
I don't
my
know
God,
why,
she's
even
not
though
wearing
she's
her boots?
practically, even though she's probably got nothing on anyway, just even though all she's done is taken off her boots, it looks really weird to me. I don't know why.
Let Zero get the next page.
Oh. Oh, wait, sorry, this is Nicole. Oh. My name is Nicole. That tells me who you are, but not what. I would be your friend, but that is a choice only you can make. You remind me very much of someone else who has always encouraged me to make my own decisions. Thank you. A higher compliment I could scarcely imagine. Princess Sally, what are you doing up so late? Is everything alright? We heard voices.
Wasn't Nicole, like, drawn in her flashbacks with Jalila, though? So, like...
Yes. The PDA.
Yeah, I already don't like it. Anyway.
Also, I'd like to point out, is this the beginning of emphasizing random words and sentences?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I was reading it out. I was just like, okay, that's a weird word emphasized, but okay, that's how it's supposed to be read.
I don't think you and Own are random, though. Like, I could understand how that would be pronounced. It's not till later where you get those random bolded words.
It's the friend
That's
part
what I
in the
said,
top
this is
right
where it's-
panel. It's just like, I would be your friend. It's like, huh?
What isn't bolded? It's just weird how the font is.
It looks bold to me.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Alright, moving on. Who have you been talking to, Sal? I'm not sure. You tell me. Shake, shake, shake. Zorch. Whoa, little sucker really packs a wallop. That wasn't very nice, Nicole. Neither was nearly shaking me to pieces. That gadget is more trouble than it's worth. I say get rid of it. No. Like it or not, she's here now, and she's staying. Besides, everyone needs a friend.
So Sonic's butt hurt that he got shocked.
There's something very weird about seeing Sonic drawn up profile in this sort of era. He kind of has the same cone head shape as Robotnik.
Yeah,
Oh,
I see it.
He kind of has that front-facing Christmas tree look.
Yeah.
Sally's nose has been blue now for 3 pages, and now Antoine's nose is blue.
It's contagious.
I was wondering why the noses were all blue.
It can't be a mistake.
Wasn't it something back in comic things where they would substitute blue for black a lot? But Sonic's nose is black, so that wouldn't make any sense here.
Yeah, it wouldn't. Maybe it has to do with their eye
think-
color. Because notice how
Maybe
Antoine
I'll
and Sally both have blue eyes, and Sonic has black
Maybe they'll-
eyes.
Maybe that was an incorrect model sheet or something.
Next page here
The
is
next
more,
page is just just more Archie ads. Hey, buy our comics.
Hey, go buy Beauty and the Beast, by the way.
Jesus.
Archie's Christmas stocking. Oh yeah, boy, sign me up for that.
Love showdown.
Oh, I do not want to know what Archie's idea of love is.
Ugh. The skip. Oh, whose
You're
turn
up.
is it?
You.
Okay. Sunset the following day. Julia's final testament claimed that all I need to attain oneness of the soul is locked within the darkness of the Forbidden Zone, a place where even Dr. Robotnik fears to tread. I could never ask the other freedom fighters to accompany me on what could prove to be such a dangerous and personal mission. So, except for you, Nicole, I'll have to go it alone. Swish! Going somewhere, princess? Weren't thinking of hogging all the glory for yourself, were you? Says the sass.
I would like to point out that the tornado's red now.
Yep.
And it
Don't worry
also
about it.
says Sonic. Okay, you want to know what bugs me about this? As a long-haired person and somebody who regularly wears bandanas and stuff like
That's
that,
not how
you
it's
do not
worn.
you do not tie it over the hair like that. That's just making me suffer just looking at that.
She's spoiled, clueless princess. You don't know.
It's fine. She's going Rambo. It's bandana. It doesn't matter where it is.
She had a wrench on her table in the at night, and now it's a slingshot. So
Well, she was up at night. Maybe she moved it off screen.
yeah,
Maybe Rotor took it. You know how he is.
yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
Celeste should read the next page.
Maybe I should. Guys, I appreciate your support, but this could be dangerous. Besides, it's something I need to do on my own. Says who? Everyone needs a friend, Sal, and danger is our business. I can see it's pointless to argue. I just hope everyone knows what we're getting ourselves into. Excuse me, hiccups. We're over the drop site now, Princess. Roger, Rotor. Good luck. Everyone together on my mark. Were there parachutes?
Don't worry
Oh
about
my,
it.
I have conveniently forgotten my fear of the heights. Oh, okay, Antoine has a parachute. Oh, wait, no, I see him, I see
They're
him.
all deploying them.
I see it now. I thought it was clouds at first.
Look, even the nose on the plane is blue.
Shut up.
Well, Bunny's nose is white in that one panel and blue in the other one.
Leave him alone. Alright, my turn. Alright. Quickly, bury your chutes and move out. We mustn't let Robotnik's border patrol spot us till we're over the wall. Don't even.
What?
What's the worry? What's the worry, Sal? Even if the SWAT bot spots us, those tin cans wouldn't hit a broadside of a barn. Response mode initiate. Intruder alert. Ready, aim. They spotted us, but these concentrated paintballs will blind them. Split.
Oh, I thought they might have been eggs at first, but no, they're paintballs. Okay.
Visual status non-existent.
Border patrol and walls. Oh my god.
I've only just noticed now that they've actually been drawing the page number in the corner.
Nice. Alrighty. Can't see. That was cutting things a little too close for comfort. Can't see. And speaking of close shaves, let's cut these sentries down to size. Hold your fire. They have passed the point of no return. The Forbidden Zone will make work of them. Forbidden Zone, abandon hope, all ye who enter.
Okay, so I just hit the next page and I already see knockoff Iron Man.
What is that?
I'm not gonna say what I want to say, but I'm gonna let Cashlin read it.
Okay. And prove their ultimate undoing whoosh woom crap stuff they do up the wall. We're in, now what? The map says we head that way. It also says there are a few obstacles in our path. Oh, like what? Like that? They're all surprised. Mon Dieu, it is this Cyclops? What? Looks more like a one-eyed monster to me.
That is what
Not
a
saying it.
Cyclops is, Sonic.
It
Not
really
saying it.
looks like that Cyclops monster from the Stone Tower Temple of Majora's Mask.
Oh,
Mm.
I know
Yeah.
what AWF is thinking. Get out of here.
I'm not saying it.
Okay. Boom. Stand back, gang. Tall, dark, and gruesome is all mine. Thwack. Thwack. Huh. Big Palooka doesn't know when to quit. How are we supposed to get past him? I mean, it. I couldn't say, Sonic, but I know someone who might.
Palooka, I love that.
Oh,
It's a
we
one-eyed
had-
monster. It's definitely a him.
Yeah, okay, so that was Spaz, because that's the same art. Well, here's the posters. I guess those aren't too bad.
Yep.
Tails'
Huh.
hair actually looks more like what Tails' hair is supposed to look like, instead of like some dumb cowlick.
He's cute.
I guess so. He still looks like he's been in the wash though.
Oh, wait a minute. That's Launch Base into Death Egg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Huh.
That's cool.
I don't like that big circle that says Sonic pin-up art. If I was going to pin that up, I'd rather that not be there.
Yeah, I understand that. Beauty and
It's
Beast.
just- I can't-
Oh no! I went to the next page and the only thing I thought of was ML1. You know what I'm talking about. Those three panels.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Alright, my turn. Here we go. Nicole? The mechanoid sensors have been keyed to detect motion, Sally. But... Oh wait. Motion? That's it! Everyone, follow my lead. But, what are you doing? Exactly what it looks like. Nothing. Phew. I thought so. We've had a target to track. He went back into standby mode. And not a moment too soon. Patience has never been my strong suit. No kidding.
So, like, wouldn't it just reactivate as soon as they started walking again, though?
No, don't worry
Right.
about it. It takes time to boot back up again.
Yeah. Old computers took forever to reset.
Also,
Oh,
that
yeah.
space between his arm and his chest in the sort of middle area of that mechanoid in the last panel hasn't been colored in properly as far as I can tell.
Oh, I thought that was just a shine.
Oh, I thought that was supposed to be part of the cave, but it was just left white.
Mm.
Oh, I see what he's talking about between the arm and the body. It's
Yeah.
just a big white spot.
Oh, okay, I see what you're talking about. Yeah, they forgot to color that.
I see. We're getting warmer now. I can feel it and see it. Whoosh. Gasp! A fire-breathing griffin. We better fall back. Tails, where are you going? I'm the only one who can fly, Princess. With luck, maybe I can knock it out of the sky before thwack. I like to see Tails get
Yo,
thwacked.
Cash, talking about characters having blue noses, in the second to last panel, Tails has a
Tails
blue
has a
nose.
blue nose, and Antoine's is black again.
Oh God.
And then Tails is black again.
Oh, these
Ah,
people.
jeez.
What about Bunny's mechanical arm there? Her finger's supposed to be white?
Don't think so.
They did that twice. Oh,
Well, at least it's consistent between the panels.
Yeah,
on this page.
everyone's turning into
Okay.
2020 chopper with these blue noses.
They look kind of fun, actually, the blue noses. Haha. Alright.
Oh, where's all this stuff coming from? What is this?
Wait,
I don't know. I mean, it's my turn, right? Because off just ran.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thump! That griffin's tough. If only I had some sort of weapon. Whosoever pulls the sword from this stone shall best the beast. Uh-oh! For Sonic's sake, I hope that plaque isn't someone's idea of a bad joke. Better pull the sword out pronto. But it's stuck tight. Mustn't give up. I gotta keep pulling until swap.
I need that out of context.
Oh. Oh. You know what? I'll provide it later after this. I know just how to crop it.
Oh, good stuff.
With a shadow doll.
No, anyway. Ski Rash. Excuse me, but what just happened here? By freeing the sword from the stone, Tails broke the circuit which granted the Griffin its mobility. That was very brave, Tails, but next time promise me you'll look before you leap. Yes, ma'am. According to the map, we're almost there. I just hope we don't run into any more trouble. Oh no, not again.
Okay, I assume this is just like an issue with all the lettering being like hand done, but in that sort of like middle panel with Sally, the words "brave," "next," "look," and "leap" all look like they've been boldened to me.
I
Like
think
unless
it's
I'm
just the
unless I'm
handwriting.
going crazy, but
It's handwriting because I could see differences between every letter E.
okay.
That's
No,
nuts.
those were they look darker to me too. I think it's definitely
Like I assume they're not
Beginning.
meant to be bold, but they very much come across that way.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about.
Oh wait, sorry, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Zowie! Oh my god. I'm sorry.
You can do it. I have faith in you.
Zowie! How 90s can you get? Oh my god. Okay. 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 This one's bigger than the others put together. If we have to fight it, them, maybe we don't. What can you tell us about that thing, Nicole? The creature before you is the legendary Polysaurus Rex. Long thought to be extinct, this two-headed, two-faced biomechanical watchdog is a walking contradiction in terms. One head always tells the truth, while the other always lies, and no one can ever be quite sure which head is which. Beyond it lie two doors. One leads to your quest's end, the other towards certain doom. Choose your words with care, Sally. Choose my... You mean I have to ask a question? One question. And only one. Pick a head, and take your best shot. It's the classic
Yep.
riddle. When does the magic begin?
You know what? How come no one thinks that they just can't ask it what's 2 plus 2?
Maybe it doesn't know mathematics.
But it always tells the truth. Anyway.
Ah, you're messing with my head.
very well. You on the left. Which door would lead the other head? Which door would the other head claim leads to the quest's end? Wah ha 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 ha. They think that's funny. Truly, you're wise beyond your years, little princess. My brethren would counsel you to use the door on your left. Then, that's it then. Let's juice. No, Sonic. We're taking the door on the right. What? But he just said, that's right. Think about it. Now we have to explain the riddle that's been explained 82,000 times in comic book history. If he was the head that tells the truth, he would have told us truthfully that the other head would have lied. On the other hand, if he was the head that lies, then obviously it would still be the door on the right.
What is your favorite color?
Gosh, that's worse than Tails' exposition.
Yes.
I think the first time I remember this the two doors line and truth concept being used was in the movie Labyrinth. I know it's been used a bajillion times before that, but that's the first time I remember, like, you know, seeing this whole thing brought up.
First time I encountered it was in Samurai Jack.
Cashman.
Okay. Yep. Oh, it's Sonic speaking. Well, since we aren't pushing up daisies, I guess you have made the right choice, but that still doesn't tell me which head was which. For what it's worth, I don't know either, but none of that matters now. We've arrived at Quest's End! Wow, look at that! I see it, Sonic. A miniature version of Julia's hope chest. What the crap? This must be what we came for. I wonder what's inside? Pop!
Not gonna lie though, the phrase pushing up daisies is one that I wish would come back.
I just had a thought going back to the last panel.
Uh-huh.
Why didn't they just send Antoine through a door?
Oh, good
man.
stuff.
Man, them gargoyles.
A scroll? I don't get it. I mean, what's so important about a lousy scrap of paper? I didn't understand the significance of the moment then, but I do today. Jalilah's words have served me in good stead for fully 2 decades. Wait, so they're 20 now? I thought they were like 15.
Don't worry about it, it's
No,
fine.
it served her. Just keep going. You'll get it.
As your final testament clearly stated, the fulfillment of my quest has indeed granted me a oneness of the soul, and a sense of peace and well-being worth any past or future price. Oh.
What's up with Rabbit in that last panel? She kinda looks a bit...
This is
You
a
know.
future shot, I guess, even though Tails
Yeah.
is the same age.
No,
Oh!
he's not. He's wearing
Okay, sorry.
glasses.
Oh no, is this the start of Mobius
I don't-
25 years later?
I did not catch on to that.
Yeah, she
I
was
don't know if
thinking
I
back.
I don't know if I just can't read comics, but that stuff always catches me off guard.
Oh man.
So she's wearing the same jacket after like 2 decades.
Yes, it's very
Hey,
high
it's-
fabric.
It's
Okay.
denim, dude.
Mmm.
What's up, Zero?
Oh, sorry. By having faith in myself, the war against Robotnik was won, as was the heart of my beloved Hedgehog. We have a kingdom now. Whee! Okay. A family. And the children. I love you, little scamps. Have a grandfather. You two are quite the handful, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Now, after all these many years, the final link in an elaborate chain of events is about to be forged. Done! My friends, I give you Nicole.
Ugh.
I ain't even worried about that. I'm just gonna point out how the little copy and paste Sally doing the running thing just looks so out of place.
It does look weird.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Off on the next
Oh.
one.
It's me. Hello, old friend. It's been a long time. And it would be longer still. Rotor has spent years striving to reclaim the technology that was lost when Nicole was destroyed during the decisive battle against Robotnik. And now that I'm going to get into this writing in a second. And now that we're finally together again, I must once more say goodbye. Ever since the discovery of the Trans-Times portal, I knew where Nicole came from and why. She was a gift to myself, from myself, a friend, Boland again, when I needed one the most. Without her, I might never have lived to see today, or to truly appreciate Julela's passing and the 6 little words she left behind. To thine own self be true. End. Wait a minute, Sonic fans. Is this really the future of future fighters, or just one of the many possible futures of our heroes?
Oh,
Keep
don't give me
reading
that
future
crap.
monthly issues of Sonic and the Hedgehog. You never know exciting adventures lie ahead. Yeah, I'm
Ugh.
calling it now. This is bullshit writing. Okay?
It is.
You have an established character who exists. Okay, Nicole exists, so we have to add Nicole to the comic. So what does he do? He already writes a future arc where he claims Nicole dies in some decisive battle that's never happened. So again, he's killing off a character only to invent the character in the future after the death and send them back in time so that they exist only to die in a predetermined event.
I feel like I'm
This
reading
is
One Piece.
bullshit writing.
Well, then they say it's only a potential possible future, so then they can write whatever the heck they want and be like, it's not really contradictory. We said it was only a potential future.
Well,
And
this potential future sucks.
And then you get to the arc later where they actually do the Mobius 25 years later arc, and they mention how Nicole died in a decisive battle. So no. He tried to force this as the canon future, where Nicole died because you can't have Nicole around for whatever reason.
Honestly, Nicole didn't even register as a character to me until she actually got like a physical form.
Well, Nicole had more development in season 2 of Sat AM.
I barely have any memories of Sat AM, if I'm being honest.
It was season 2 that started it. I think it was like a few episodes in where Sonic got stuck with her.
My problem is that I only ever watched it as a kid, so like the concept of season was just like it was just all one show. I can't remember what belongs to what.
Season 1, and this is from what I've gathered. I'm not going to claim that I've watched them all or anything like that. But season 1 was apparently a lot like the first dozen or so issues of the comic. It was just very episodical. Oh, Eggman, Robotnik did a bad thing, but we beat him. Let's go on to our next adventure.
I remember that being like...
Yeah, season 2 was where like the plot actually picked up, and then season 3 never happened.
I remember there was like some kind of 2 or 3 part with Chaos Emeralds or something.
No Chaos Emeralds, but all of season 2 had to basically do with what was known as the Deep Power Stones.
Oh, is that what they were called?
No, they were just 2 stones, and they were like relics. They weren't Chaos Emeralds. Season 3,
Okay,
I think, was
never
supposed
mind.
to bring in Chaos Emeralds.
I wonder what one was the Chaos Emeralds then.
That
The
was,
other 2 shows
that
like
was
Chaos Emeralds.
AOSTH.
AOL.
You know, the like crazy LSD trip one that was still somehow closer related to the game.
Oh, Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, sorry. The one that Ian Jones Corti bases his art on.
Anyway, looks like we got Archie ads. We got
Hey,
more
Archie's
Santa Claus.
gotten his harem going.
Ooh, that's another poster. And that one's also Spaz. That one's kind of cool.
What a spaz.
Wow, Robotnik's actually doing something.
Don't say that.
I like how he has like an Eggman logo that's just Robotnik style. That's cool.
There's something really weird about Sonic's fingers on his left hand.
Yeah.
It's the bit halfway down. The joints look more like he's got knuckles halfway down his fingers.
Yeah.
Oh, well, and what does that say in the bottom right corner?
That was his name.
Oh, okay.
The Mirror Zone. I think AWF lost his connection. Okay, there he is. He's back. Okay, who was the one who read? That was him? Okay, so it's Cashlin's turn.
Okay, so Sonic the Hedgehog, the Mirror Zone. Hey, Sonic fans, Sonic and Tails are pursuing a SWAT bot who was delivering a top-secret computer message to Dr. Robotnik. Once our... What the... Oh, does that say heads?
Heroes.
Heroes enter the Mirror Zone. You can read their scrambled words by holding these story pages up to a mirror. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh,
oh no! Oh!
Oh, no! I don't got no mirror with me, whatever.
I could read it.
I think the bot went into the Mirror Zone, Sonic. Good, let's get him. There he is. We've got him now. I'm so proud of me.
Tilt.
Oh,
Okay.
I don't get to read any of the backwards words.
Yeah, you can. You can read Leonardo da Vinci's journals.
Trash.
Left-handed writing.
Oh, those
And
are the
I got
words.
Tails.
End myself.
Oh, I've got the mecha message unit, Sonic. Hey, Sonic, let's see what the secret message says. No time, Tails. Robotnik's gonna be looking for it. We'll read it outside. I've had enough of this place. Oh, that's at the bottom panel. Okay. Oh no, it's written in a special code. Now we'll never figure it out. Oh no, it's backwards. Hey kids, you can figure out the secret message by putting up to your mirror again. Stupid.
I hate these.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the most evil tyrant of them all? And who's the dumbest hedgehog of them all? Fast is...
Fast as fast
Fast
can
as
be.
fast can be,
You'll
yeah.
never defeat me. Come on, you can do it.
You'll never defeat me.
Here's
looking at you, Sonic. Ivo Robotnik. This is stupid. I already hate this issue.
that's
Stupid
okay.
ass gameplay gimmick.
I can't get over the fact that they put like a dialogue panel from one a speech bubble from one panel like 80% of the way into a
Overlapping
different
and-
panel.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
that's bad lettering.
How the
Oh
hell do you
my
think
God.
people are gonna read that shit?
Guys,
Like, I'm stressed out, so these kids reading this probably were just like,
I'm gonna shoot myself.
Oh, fan art.
the next page. The fan
Oh.
art.
Hey.
The Sally.
Something tolerable.
Wow, that's Sally. I like that
Whoa.
tornado, though.
Knuckles has gotten fat.
The biplane wings are a little high up, but otherwise it looks pretty cool.
I just love the chunky monkey Knuckles. And it's like weird, and it's like weird chest tuft. It's not like the old.
Oh, that
Nike,
is a chest
tick.
tuft. Oh my god.
Doesn't have the white Nike tick.
Get the razor.
I love
Gotta
Sonic.
shave these tufts.
Sonic has like pointy, stab you to death stiletto looking shoes in that.
Speaking
Good
of chunky
grief.
Knuckles, go to the next page.
Oh boy, here we go.
Oh man, Knuckles, you let yourself go.
Yeah, boy. I tried copying the official art. It didn't turn out quite how I thought it
Wild
would.
thing. Is that Scourge down at the bottom?
Shut up.
Cat too.
Actually, one thing I want to point out about the Knuckles fan art is he's got the regular Sonic hands as opposed to his like weird
He
glove
does.
knuckles.
He doesn't even
Oh,
have
yeah.
knuckles.
Take that, Justin, age 6.
Rude.
Do you guys remember that early episode in Sonic X where Knuckles was climbing that the side of that mountain, and when he popped over the top, he had like all 5 fingers?
No, I don't.
All I really remember from like Sonic X was like that scene where like Knuckles does his sort of like flurry punches and he looked really bizarre for a couple seconds.
I'll find it later.
And the fact that he was like the only person that had like an actual reasonable attitude in the entire show.
I don't know, you should rewatch season 3, but I recommend the sub, not the dub.
I rewatched Sonic X recently, but only from like the first episode up until like halfway into their adaptation of Sonic Adventure 2.
I think you'll
And, like-
really enjoy season 3.
Oh no, I definitely will. I remembered enjoying it as a kid, but just up until that point, from what I rewatched, like Knuckles is the only person that makes any sort of sense in that show.
Oh, Sonic Grams time. Who's next?
There they are. I think it's
who was
actually
next?
Mr. Zero.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Send it to Sonicgrams. C/O Archie Comics Publications Inc. 325 Beatty Avenue, Mamaroneck, New York 10543. Yo, fellow freedom fighters, it's me, the fastest dude in the north, south, east, and west, and up, down, backward, and forward, for that matter. Oh, I hate it when they divide words between lines. That's right, it's your numero uno Bud Sonic. There's no comma between Bud and Sonic, but we'll ignore that. Just the other day, I was talking to that big mouth editor, Scott. I said, hey, listen, pal, as a tribute to all my devoted fans who buy my first 48-page special comic book, in brackets, the comic you're reading now, I'll handle these Sonicgrams pages by taking the readers on a guided tour that can't lose. And you, my big editor buddy, can take a snooze. Oh, that's amazing. With that guy out of the way, I grabbed a stack of fan letters and juiced back to my hut and nut hole. When I got there, it was a cold and stormy night, and all the other freedom fighters were asleep. Sitting in my favorite chair was a plate of chili dogs with melted jack cheese at my side for reading energy. I began to read. First, I came across this letter from a fan named Stephen Quinones? Quinones. From Prospect Park, New Jersey, I assume that is?
Yeah.
Okay. Steven writes,
Oh, you don't have to read
Here.
that one, though.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, so I still technically do get the first letter.
Yeah. It's fate.
Dear Sonic, I'm Steven, and I'm 9 years old. I think you're way past cool. This is the first time I'm writing to comics, and I'm pretty excited. I have a few questions. 1. How old is Sally? 2. Will you
What?
ever marry Sally? 3.
What?
If you marry Sally, will you have a baby named Baby Sonic?
What?
Sonic, the reason I'm writing about the third question is because sometimes I'm playing that I have a baby named Sonic. A baby Sonic can go the speed you can. But if you don't get a baby named Baby Sonic, then you can get a cousin who's just as fast as you too. Jesus Christ, Steven.
I hope this kid gets over his relationship with his mother.
Hey, Steven, I think you're way past cool for writing to me. Sally is about 15 years old. As for marrying Sally, check out my Adventure Wedding Bell Blues and Sonic the Hedgehog number 18 on sale now. And for having children, check out my possible future at the end of the quest in this very issue. 2 chili dogs later, I started a letter from Jason Burkett from Sebring, Florida. Florida man writes.
That one possible future that got erased. Anyway.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm just gonna read this as Rouge because I can, although she doesn't exist yet. Dear Sonic, is there going to be another comic book about you? I like the story of the good, the bad, and the hedgehog. The best. I don't have a Sega yet, but I will get one for Christmas. I'm your #1 fan, Big Blue. Where did Bunny Rabbit come from, What do the symbols ? And ? mean?
Absinthe doesn't have enough alcoholic content to deal with this.
Okay, I'll just do normal now. Hey, Jason, if you like the good, the bad, and the hedgehog, you'll love Night of 1,000 Sonics. Oh, please. In Sonic number 19 on sale in November. The symbol ? is a question mark and is used as the punctuation at the end of a sentence whenever someone is asking any question, just like you did. I'm like, wow, Sonic knows this legit. The symbol ? is a combination of a question mark and an exclamation point, which you should never use when you're writing. It's used as punctuation at the end of a sentence when someone asks a question and is really excited. Or more frequently, when someone asks a question but doesn't really require an answer, that's called a rhetorical question. Woo! Then I came across this awesome package with a great drawing of me on the outside. Inside was a note from the Ritchie family of Woodburn, Oregon that said, "My son Isaiah drew this Sonic comic book
You
on
read
his
too far.
computer. Please read." Too bad.
Oh, why did
Isn't
I
it
agree to
supposed
this?
Isn't it supposed to be exclamation point ?
When you're writing like a text-based story, you're never supposed to do that. I know in comics they do, but that's different.
It's the first I've ever heard.
How come, Cash?
That's
Just out of curiosity.
It's just incorrect grammar. If you take
okay.
to a publishing house for an editor, they will cross out every single one of those.
Sorry, just very quickly tangentially, if a character was like exclaiming something really loudly in the form of a question, like which punctuation would be preferred, the question or the exclamation mark in like formal literature?
That depends on how you want to emphasize that. You could do either or, but then in your writing around that, make sure you describe the inflection.
Okay, let's say if a character says, "What do you mean?" but like they really scream it, is that an exclamation mark or a question mark? Or is that like it depends again?
Caps.
You probably should technically do a question mark, but you should describe like before, like their tone of voice, like they yelled or they exclaimed or they shrieked or they jumped up in a rage or something, and then they asked it.
Oh, okay, yeah, I get what you mean now. I'm on the same page as you. Yeah, I get what you mean.
Speaking of being on pages.
Next. Me. Oh, that's going back to that other one. I read it and it was fantastic. It was so good, in fact, I decided to print a piece of his artwork. Dig this stuff below. That's kind of
Hey,
cute.
it's nice.
Cool shading. I like that shading.
Then I came across a great idea from Amy Swope of New Hope. Nice. VA, she says... 0.
Oh, sorry. Dear Sonic, I have a great idea for a freedom fighter. His name is Trigger. He used to be a pirate fighter at sea. He could shoot a fly off a wall 100 feet away with his 6-shooter. Although he won't harm anyone. You can have him if you want him. Please put him in your comics TV show. He's very good at sailing. Please print my letter.
Guys,
Wow,
put my
Amy,
OC in
what a
your
great
team.
idea! How's this for Trigger's appearance? As I started to get sleepy, I took the last bites of my last chili dog and read my last letter from Tammy Fur of Bedford, Texas, I presume that is.
Oh shit, I live
Yeah.
there.
I love your reading.
Who, me?
I just got to point out, okay, how many of you guys have watched home movies?
What do you mean?
Nobody's watched home movies?
Is
I
that
guess
like-
so.
Is that like one of those shows where they just show like movies that people send in?
No, you guys are awful. All right, I'm going to tell you all about it later. Anyways, moving
Okay.
on.
That's
Dear
you.
Sonic Graham Associates, in issue number 11, you said that Dr. Robotnik is obsessed with robots. Well, I am obsessed with him. I have a bad case of puppy love for the evil but lovable, whoa. Lovable megalomaniac. This letter went south fast. What is his first name and how old is he? He is so handsome and his smile makes my heart skip a beat. But I have one problem. What happened to his personality on the Saturday morning show? I liked him better in the good old days, back when he was just starting out his conquest for world domination. Maybe she'll like Mobius Unleashed 1. Perhaps he just needs a date. I'm available. Hang on, how old did... What? I'm available. Please pass this information and enclosed photo onto him. Do you think he'll be interested? One more thing. Is there any Robotnikgram services where I can write directly to my love?
Oh no!
She's pretty.
Oh,
And it's-
that is.
And it's a picture of her, and she's actually kind of cute.
Kind of cute,
Like,
yeah.
She looks so 80s. What is up with her?
Hey, listen, Tammy. Did that snake Dr. Evo Robotnik roboticize your brain? He's a dirty, no good, backstabbing, evil blimp. How could you love him? Sorry, but it's my sworn duty to protect the innocent from old Baldy. No way I'm gonna fix you up with that tyrant. I'm spoken for, but I think the editor guy, Scott, did you say he's spoken for now? What? Paul or Victor at Archie Comics are single. Why don't you give them a call and stay away from Robo Dummy? This was awful.
I don't know how I
This was
feel
horrible.
about that. I legitimately don't know how I feel about that.
Really
Dirty
can-
low down,
This-
no
That's like
good
the editors
backbiting
were
evil
flirting
blimp.
with a fan.
Boy,
This Lizzie,
Wow.
No, that's not Lizzie.
that's amazing.
it's Auntie Lizzie.
Oh, I want to see if this Tammy's like on the internet. I want to tell her what's going. I want to ask her what's going
Hang on,
through her
hang
head
on,
when
hang
she
on,
said
hang on.
that.
I'm very uncomfortable with this letter and this reply.
It's the best thing I've ever
Hey,
seen.
there's the name right there, dude. Just look up Tammy Fur of Bedford, Texas. She'd probably be what, about 45 by now?
Probably.
Oh,
Well, fans, what do you think? Did I do a better job of Scott? As a matter of fact, oh gee, sorry. I guess I shouldn't have eaten 10 chili dogs so late, especially since I had 12 for dinner. I've got to go lay down. But keep writing and let me know how you liked my first special. Bye. Wait,
Is he
wait.
gonna have
wait.
another nightmare where
Celeste,
he's food again?
Celeste, I just figured it
What?
out.
Oh no.
I know how Sonic goes so fast. It's the same manner of propulsion Cream uses to fly.
Shut up.
He flaps his legs.
I'm gonna hover over that ban button. Alright.
Sonic just needs a good old massage.
oh, another story, huh?
Yep.
Oh, it's a Tails story. Presenting in his very first solo story, Sonic's pal Tails, and Tails' tallest tail. Hey, nice logo!
Not really.
This part of the forest is so thick I can't fly by tail power. No wonder I'm so late. I'll bet this never happens to Sonic. Speaking of Sonic, being his sidekick does have certain advantages. Zolt! There's Froggy again. Like getting invited to be the special guest of the local Sonic fan club's big convention. I guess they want a real hero type for their ribbit. Oops! Sploosh.
Oh, You know, if there's one thing
bodied by a frog.
there's one thing I do appreciate about these old comics, it's the weird varying line thickness. I love my thicky boys.
Are his teeth the color of his fur?
Looks
Oh,
that
why'd
way,
you
yeah.
point that out?
Well, we know
Brush your
Tails
fucking
doesn't
teeth,
brush his
Tails.
teeth.
Call them
Now that
silly
you pointed
dogs.
that out, that expression just.
Damn, I want a fucking foot long now, dude.
Ha, nice. Go eat 10 of them. Ugh, I just hate the smell of wet fur in the morning. Ribbit. Soon. Ooh, at least the forest thinned out. I just might be able to... Hey, this must be the place. Sonic Fan Club headquarters.
What?
Oh, why does this panel feel familiar? I think I've seen edits to it before. Well, here it goes. Wow, Sonic Con. Tails, welcome to our little get-together. I'm Sheldon, the convention president. We're honored you could fit us into your busy schedule. And then all the different people talking. In my opinion, Knuckles is merely a misunderstood marsupial. Are you kidding? He's an echidna, almost as bad as Robotnik. Oh, get a life, you two. Says who? I'll bet you my autographed Sonic trading card that Tails will back me up on this. Oh no, this really is a convention.
Oh,
Oh, I miss
Nah.
bullying.
It's just STHG.
We invited Sonic to speak, but he had to turn us down. This is Posey, our resident Sonic expert. Pleased to meet you, Posey. Wow, Sonic's apprentice. What is she?
Awesome.
Hard to tell. She could
I
be
have-
anything, really.
Oh wait, is she a... well, she's got like a rat tail.
She's a possum.
because her
Oh,
ears are
wait.
too small.
Was it already said that she's a possum?
No.
I presume it's going to follow some kind of alliteration, so possum's probably correct. Okay. Well, no. How do I do a Tails voice? Well, I
You
prefer
don't.
sidekick. Well, I prefer sidekick. Well, we're ready for your speech. Speech? Oh no. I completely forgot to prepare it. What am I gonna say? Is this thing on? Greetings, fellow Sonic fans. What kind of stuff do speech makers usually say? Hey, I know. A funny thing happened to me on the way to the con. Okay, now what? Hey, why not make something based on what really happened, but I'll make it more action-packed? Well, actually, it wasn't as funny as it was exciting. Wow, gosh. While piloting my biplane over a crushed-water canyon, I ran into one of Robotnik's deadly bots. The evil Toadzilla.
So, can I just say that that middle frame would be a perfect response image? I might edit that later.
I don't even want to imagine it.
Also, apparently
I like
this is
how-
his biplane now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Tails
let's
is putting a
see.
spin on the story, isn't he?
That, you know, yeah, you're fair.
I leapt from my plane in a last-minute effort to demolish the giant with a gun. Exhausting my ammo, I had no choice but to finish the... directly Fox to Toad. I dealt a mighty blow, and then the cliff collapsed. Eat Fox Fist, Toadzilla! Locked in a death grip, we fell into the waters of the river. Well, I mean, why didn't he just go Titan Tails?
Ads. More ads.
Wait, did his plane not have its own ammunition at this point? I can't remember.
Didn't seem so.
Cause he
Right.
jump out of the thing. Okay. Skip. All right. Let's see. Toadzilla was what?
Oh no, I just said go. Cash go. Sorry.
Okay. Toadzilla was now in his element, but I revved up my tails to Mach speed and whipped up a whirlpool to defeat him. And that's how Huh? Oh no! Not here! I can't believe it! Hey! Well, what's going on over there? Come on, isn't it time for the applause? Hello? Sonic Con, eh? Once I've roboticized you sickening little hero worshippers, you'll only idolize me, Dr. Ivo Robotnik.
Oh no, it's
Oh no! What a time for our nemesis to show his ugly face! We don't stand a chance against that gigantic robot.
Fortunately, we've got you here to save us. Hey, if your speech was any indication, you have nothing to worry about.
Posey, maybe we should try to contact Sonic.
Oh man, is this like the end of Tails' story and Sonic Adventure all over again?
Help me, Sonic.
Hey, ahead of its time, boy.
I'm just thinking of all those Fleetway stories where he goes off as some like hero, but he's really not, and he's always freaking out. Everyone's gonna find out he's a hero.
Stop making me want to read Fleetway.
Egad, do my eyes deceive me, or do I spy that infernal Hedgehog's bratty apprentice? The name is Tails Robotnik. Scram, you big bully, the Sonicon doesn't allow gate crashers. Oh, you have me positively paralyzed with fear. See, I'm doing okay. I hope that Posey is watching all of this. Oh, wow, Tails. Here's an important lesson, apprentice. When confronting an adversary of my caliber, pay attention. SWAT. Follow the numbers to view Tails' flight path.
Oh my
I
god,
ain't paying attention to all of that.
that's actually amazing. That's genius. I love that. Boom. That's amazing. That's great. I love that. Oh, that's the best paddle yet.
Oh my gosh.
Oh wait, is it my turn?
Yeah.
Okay. Tails, are you alright? Speak to us. Oh, it's one of those stupid panels that goes on from another one. I know all about you, Dr. Robotnik. Palsy. And I'm not scared of you. Now leave us alone. You have spunk, eh? Do you know what spunk is? It's the gooey possum-colored stuff that's going to be stuck to the bottom of my giant robot toes.
That's kind of morbid.
Oh, don't worry about it. Percy! Maybe I can be robotic with force, but I could finally put my imagination to good use. Wow! Now, if I could just hold both of my tails stationary while letting my body rotate instead. So, back for more punishment, eh? Well, I won't disappoint you. I can't focus on the... Oh, what does that word say? Picayune? Picayune?
Picayune?
Picayune pests long enough to grab him. In fact...
Round, I get around.
Oh, I get
Song
around.
lyrics in a Sonic comic?
Just watching him makes me so dizzy. Everything's spinning. I wish I could imitate like Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog Robotnik. His voice is so good.
Hey, off. I know who would appreciate these bottom two panels.
Rally Sally.
Shut up.
If Sally made it in the mainstream song, that'd be the most weirdest, the best thing ever.
Can't operate controls. Dizzy. Whoa. Face facts, Doc. It's a mad, 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 mad world. Fuck more lyrics.
Mad Tails.
I'll return to destroy you, you insignificant gnats. That is, after I've laid down and rested a while. You did it, Tails. You defeated Dr. Robotnik. I guess I did, didn't I? Thanks, hero. Sonicom is lucky to have you as our special guest. God. Let's get back to the convention, Posey. There's a few things about my speech that I need to explain to you.
Oh,
I don't like
Tails
her
got the
face.
girl.
Never to be seen again.
Like,
I can't believe
yeah,
they didn't.
All his girlfriends.
I can't believe they didn't take that opportunity to have her tail curl into a heart shape instead of a circle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, missed opportunity.
Huh.
Oh no, it's the same ads as the last issue. We could skip all of those.
Is this James Pond? Wait, no, sorry.
Oh,
What
is
is
that
this?
it?
Alright, well, that's actually a
The end.
surprisingly fun issue. Except for the first story.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's obvious.
That first story just made me angry. Anyway, what is
Aw,
everyone's
man.
thoughts on this issue?
I just want American cereal now after seeing these last 2 adverts.
I'm just thinking of that chick who's like, I feel like her whole letter was a troll. Oh, Robotnik, I love him so much.
Do not underestimate the Sonic fan base.
Oh, okay, come on, you gotta be fair. Like, I swear people back in the 90s were more sane. She's old enough to drive a car, then surely she would have been subject to the most worst bullying imaginable. If people found out that she was into Sonic.
Look,
Oh, man.
if there's people around to this day who ship their IRL selves with Sonic, then that letter is perfectly believable.
Yeah, you know what, never mind.
As long as she's happy.
Yeah, she looks happy.
I still like the writing direction the comic's taking, where we've started introducing one-off characters to play an important role, and then they just die or never seen again, and also already setting up future events to be at least semi-canonical by have already like passively killing off characters and events that haven't even happened yet.
But yeah,
Just
Flynn
because
Rider,
it's-
man.
Just because
Sonic
it's
Rider
a
killing off characters.
just because it's a children's comic, I just always love it when they kill off characters. That's just my
Well, I mean,
morbid. Yeah, kids need to be
Sonic
taught
X-
about this stuff.
Sonic X was supposed to be a kid show, right?
Sonic X was a kid show, wasn't it?
Oh man, season 3, there's so much death.
Oh yeah, I mean like,
On screen
which was
death.
weird. Which is really weird as well because like that was a season very specifically commissioned by 4Kids.
And yet it was the most adult season of them all.
Well, 4Kids was always kind of like that. Like their cartoon adaptation of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles has been the most true to the comics of any cartoon adaptation, which you'd think they'd be the last company to do so.
Yeah, I thought these were some fun issues otherwise, though. A little bit of a lengthier read, but I enjoyed it. Still gonna go back to what Off said earlier, that first story was just bad writing. Don't ever do that with your writing.
What even was that first story? Just
Unless
kind
it's
of.
like just a solo If it's a solo project, I mean, by all means, but this comic isn't a solo project.
That first story is what I would describe as just stuff happening without any substance.
I'm gonna say it, but that was the start of the Dark Ages.
Yep, this is where it starts. Oh,
Hey,
the
you think
comic
so?
finally starts getting a plot. Yeah, and it's a rough one.
Are you sure?
I guarantee you that we're gonna get some flack for saying that, but I mean, it's the truth.
I don't know, like honestly, like I don't even like really go back and reread the comics that are just the one-off fun stories. Like I'm here for the over-the-top, ridiculous, nonsensical, absurd plot that goes in
You're gonna
direction
enjoy where
that
it's
goes
going
in.
from here.
Yeah, I absolutely am. That
You're
goes
just
in
here with the
directions that you would.
popcorn, though. You're here. It's kind of like a shit post almost.
I mean, yeah. Why else would you read Archie?
Oh.
You've got a point.
I mean, there are things
Like-
that I like out of it.
Okay, after Ian Flynn takes over, it starts to resemble something that you can actually follow, like almost like a shonen manga. But like before then, like I don't understand how anyone can read it and be like, oh yeah, I genuinely enjoy the plot. I'm just like, no, you are there because you are there to see the absurd, ridiculous, obscene things that Sega would
Now,
never
this
have
is-
proven a million billion squillion years, and that's what makes it
This is
amazing.
this is how I've always looked at it, and I've said this before, and I'll just keep saying it as we go along. There's a lot of concepts and a lot of plots that the plots by themselves aren't necessarily bad, but they just don't fit the context of a Sonic comic.
Yeah.
When you have to invent
Oh, yeah.
basically an entire new cast just to fit this plot, and Sonic's just kind of there, and it's a Sonic comic, you've kind of missed the mark.
I mean, I suppose to a degree, but I suppose like when it's a long-running comic like this, I suppose it does it sort of well to focus on characters other than Sonic. Because if you only ever focus on Sonic, you start to run into that Steven Universe syndrome where he's just kind of there where he doesn't really need to be. But at the same time, I love all these one-off characters. They have weird designs, and I love showing them to my friends who go, "Fuck off, that's not Sonic."
Well, there's other one-off characters that were still handled better than Jalila was.
What was that horse character again?
Sir
Just,
Connery?
like really?
Oh.
Yeah.
I like
Oh,
Sir
that
Connery.
guy.
He wasn't as much of a one-off. He was in a few earlier issues before that arc also.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've got nothing like against him as a character. It's more so the fact that the way he's drawn, it looks like if you showed someone a picture of like Sir Connery,
You would not think Sonic, no.
yeah, no one in a million years would ever guess that was Sonic, and that's why I love the Sonic comics. Like they do these things that it's almost a commercial. It's amazing.
Yeah, before the post reboot or everything, most of the non-Sonic characters, if you will, just kind of looked more like generic furries with some eye design.
Honestly, my favorite was whenever they introduced humans that weren't like already established, because then they either looked really uncanny. They were either drawn to look like a Westerner's interpretation of 90s anime, or they were drawn to look like G.I. Joe.
Station
And
Square.
either way, it clashed, and it was amazing.
When we get to it, when you get to Robotnik's cousins and family that were Overlanders. Oh
Yes.
god, that clash is
Why
so
was
bad.
his brother called Colin? Why?
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. It just doesn't seem to fit. It's like, here's Sonic the Hedgehog and Tails the Fox and Knuckles the Echidna and Eggman the scientist, and here's his brother Colin. Like, what? Why is a normal person here?
It's Julian of the House of Kentobor.
Oh yeah, sorry, Julian Kintober.
Oh, Warlord Julian Kintober.
Julian Kintober as he faces off against Ogilvy Maurice the Hedgehog.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
I have something to show you guys after this. But anyway, any more thoughts on the issue here before we close it off?
No.
Nah, not really.
Alrighty. Well, that was a fun read, so thanks to everyone who stuck by on here. Just remember to check out our other pages, such as Tapas, Twitter, Facebook, and check out our Patreon. If you're a pleasure, you can get some early access to concept designs, debug mode, and other stuff.
Yeah, I would just like to say that of all the color errors in the comics so far, this has been one of the more fun ones. I love the blue noses. The blue noses are great.
Alright, that's it. I guess we're done. See y'all later.
Alright,
Bye.
have a good one, everyone.
Bye.